The function of prayer is not to influence God, but to change the nature of the one who prays. Most men pursue pleasure in such a hurry that they rush through it. The most painful state is remembering the future, especially the one you will never have. There are two ways to be fooled. One is to believe what is not true, another is to refuse to believe what is true. Once able to advise comfortably from a safe harbor, problems are the common denominator of life. It was a great equalizer. There is nothing with which every man is so afraid as getting to know how enormously much he is capable of doing and becoming. If anyone on the verge of action should judge himself according to the outcome, he would never begin. Life can only be understood backward, but it must be lived forwards. Our life always expresses the result of our dominant thoughts. It belongs to the imperfection of everything human that man can only attain his desire by passing through its opposite. People demand freedom of speech as a compensation for the freedom of thought which they seldom use. Life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be experienced. Life has its own hidden forces which you can only discover by living. It is essential, in relationships and all tasks, that we concentrate only on what is most significant and important. Once you label me, you negate me. Boredom is the root of all evil, the despairing refusal to be oneself. It is one thing to introduce a new doctrine into the world, it is something else to live it. To dare is to lose one's footing momentarily. Not to dare is to lose oneself. During the first period of a man's life, the greatest danger is not to take the risk. Face the facts of being what you are, for that is what changes what you are. Personality is only ripe when a man has made the truth his own. I feel as if I were a piece in a game of chess when my opponent says of it, that piece cannot be moved. Far from idleness being the root of all evil, it is rather the only true good. Love is all. It gives all, and it takes all. Don't forget to love yourself. Love is the expression of the one who loves, not of the one who is loved. Those who think they can love only the people they prefer do not love at all. Love discovers truths about individuals that others cannot see. To cheat oneself out of love is the most terrible deception. It is an eternal loss for which there is no reparation, either in time or in eternity. When one has once fully entered the realm of love, the world, no matter how imperfect, becomes rich and beautiful. It consists solely of opportunities for love. Men think that it is impossible for a human being to love his enemies, for enemies are hardly able to endure the sight of one another. Well, then, shut your eyes and your enemy looks just like your neighbor. Unhappiness is not to love without being loved, but to be loved when one does not love. To love another in spite of his weaknesses and errors and imperfections is not perfect love. No, to love is to find him lovable in spite of and together with his weakness and errors and imperfections.